over 600,000 people go missing in the United States each year. Tens of thousands remain mysteriously missing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mysteriously Missing. I'm Karen.
And I'm Carl.
This episode, part 2, continues the discussion of the disappearance of Daylenn Moke Pua, commonly known by his middle name as Moke. Moke disappeared on February 27, 2015, and as we mentioned in part 1, the Charlie Project and NamUs have his missing date as February 26, but the news media report it was actually Friday, February 27th.
This episode retraces Moke's last known location on the island of Oahu, Hawaii. Moke planned to hike Haiku Stairs, which are also known as the Stairway to Heaven. This is a forbidden trail on the windward side of Oahu. The stairs sit atop a perilous ridge with steep cliffs on either side.
So to briefly recap part 1, an extensive search for Moke ensued in the following days by the Honolulu Fire Department. They concluded their search on Tuesday, March 3rd, after 4 days of searching.
The next day, Wednesday, March 4th, 2015, the Easy Riders of the Helicopter Maritime Strike Squadron 37 flew over the ridgeline above the Haiku Stairs. They were looking for any signs of Moke.
That search ended at 7 p.m. A statement from the Navy said, HSM 37 crews are ready to support continued search efforts if a request is made by local or federal authorities. Our heartfelt thoughts are with the family of missing hiker Daylenn Pua.
Another interesting aspect of this search was that on Monday, March 1st, 2015, 3 days after Moke hiked the stairs, 2 military nurses from the mainland were hiking. They reported hearing cries for help on the Mauna Lua Valley side of the Ko'olau Mountains.
HFD, or Honolulu Fire Department, did consider the 2 witnesses credible. They searched the area where the witnesses say they heard the cry for help. That area was described as a ridge line that was approximately a meter in width and about 200 meters long, with extreme cliff sides on either side. And again, no signs of Moke.
So who was crying for help? Was it Moke? Couldn't the Navy searchers' infrared and other tracking technology detect a human in the rough terrain?
And here's a helicopter search volunteer explaining some of their search efforts.
We just wanted to go up there and get some really good photos of the different areas and stuff, just to document everything, to be able to tell, is this actually a person, or is this just a piece of white rock? Is this a skid mark, or is it just exposed rock? So we didn't find anything, but it was good just to go and check out those leads and confirm that wasn't anything.
Now let's continue with the timeline. March 11th, Wednesday, almost 2 weeks after Moke went missing, volunteer groups rappelled 600 feet below the cliffs at the end of the trail, the area where Moke took his last picture.
The photo was one of a few photos he had texted to family members during his hike. And after extensively studying the pictures, they noticed a man in one of them.
So this photo Moke took is troubling. It's of a man, partially hidden in foliage, crouched down in the bushes as if in hiding. Was he lying in wait for Moke?
The family asked for the public's assistance in identifying the man in the photo. They were hoping he may have had more clues that could have possibly led to Moke's location. They asked, "If you recognize him, please call Crime Stoppers."
There was a comment on Missing People in America's Facebook page, and this was from a man named Matt. He said, "I definitely recognize the guy in the bush following him. He's homeless and lives off the highway. I've seen him multiple times walking back to wherever he lives off the Pali and H3. He's a chronic from Kailua Kaneohe."
The thread continued with Missing People in America. They stated, "Matt, you need to contact the Honolulu Police Department and let them know about this post and what you have seen. Please do this for his family. Thank you."
And we have not seen any more reports about this homeless man that was seen in these photos. March 13th, 2015, Moke's family headed north again to search in the area where his last cell phone ping was detected.
Feli Overturf started a petition to Governor David Ige. We, the family and friends of Moke Pua, are pleading for your help. Please resume the search party for our Moke boy and help us bring him home.
It continued. We know he's still out there and we know he needs our help. Moke is only 17 and will graduate high school this year. He has his whole life ahead of him. So at this point, Feli Overturf is stating that he is 17 in this petition, not 18.
The petition continues. Please act now. Time is of the essence in this situation, especially if Moke is hurt, like our volunteer hikers believe. There are countless volunteers out there right now risking their own lives to save him.
Please, Mr. David Ige, we are begging you, resume this search party before anyone gets hurt or goes missing out there. Humbly yours, the family and friends of Moke Pua. And this petition had 4,378 supporters, but it has since been closed.
And here are some of the many posts from the Maui Search and Rescue Instagram illustrating the extensive search they conducted for Moke.
In the first days of searching, a post stated, Kama headed down a 660-foot cliff to extract another 500 feet of rope for use on the north stairs side. A wet, long, hard day with success and only a minor setback. Team Moke still will push on.
After having several steps and one railing completely give way just from touching them, search efforts are gearing up towards the North Haiku Stairs, also known to the team as the Stairway to Hell. Areas of interest will be explored via numerous rappels toward the small Haiku Valley as soon as the weather permits.
Rappelling on day 23 of the search for missing Daylenn Pua. Munsta, must be his nickname, living up to his name.
Team Moke en route to scout in Haiku Valley yesterday, where the route hits the wall, literally. Finally eye level with the waterfall below location of focus the search team has been trying to get into. I call it Cat Claw Ridge, also known as Cell Phone Ping Ridge.
The posts continue. It's been 5 weeks. We've been greatly affected due to the length of the search. We've grown weary physically and mentally. I can't even begin to fathom what the Pua Ohana is currently going through. Like a ship stranded in the middle of the void trying to get home, we are totally against odds.
However, as we grow tired in our vessels, that is our bodies, we grow stronger in all of our spirits with each passing day. We've all come from different places on the islands, from different cultures, with different qualities and different strengths.
Monsta on rappel day 38 of the search for Moke. Great weather for rappelling today, so Team Moke is doing just that.
The search still pushes on, doing resupplied trips to the summit a few days ago. 47 days in, the eyes of family and searchers reveal sadness, pain, and determination as the fire within still burns strong in finding Moke to bring him home. We are Team Moke.
50 days into the search of Daylenn Moke Pua, I find myself pondering the events of the last 50 days involved in this extensive search. The only regret felt is that we haven't found this brother many of us haven't had the honor to meet.
Where it all began. 66 days later, Team Moke still trailblazes on, determined to locate him.
71 days into the search for Moke, the search team is eager to get on the ropes and explore areas of interest below the worn-out stairs, but has been thwarted by a handful of setbacks slowing this part of the operation.
Please keep these next rappel plans and the search team in prayer for full rest, recovery from such a long search, and guidance in locating brother Daylenn Pua. Team Moke is still determined to bring an end to this.
And as these posts illustrate, an intricate and complex search was conducted for Moke by these amazing volunteers. And you can go to Maui's Search and Rescue Instagram to read more of these posts.
And now continuing with the timeline. Saturday, February 27th, 2016, 1 year later, family, friends, and volunteers walked to the Mauna Lua Valley Trail entrance to place flowers and lei in honor of Moke. It was an emotional ceremony as they held each other in support. It continued in the pavilion of the Mauna Lua Valley Park as they gathered to pray.
His family said he was likely trying to get to the Haiku Stairs. Those experienced with the trail say the farther you go, the more dangerous it gets.
Donald, Moke's brother, said, It's all for my brother. You know what I mean? For the family and I just want us to all enjoy ourselves and, push forward from here.
Some of the volunteers involved in the search last year decided to create a group called Oahu Search and Rescue. They spread awareness about hiking safety.
There was something about this search. There's something about this boy that made us feel like we all had to be part of it, said Deborah Halbert, also with Oahu Search and Rescue.
Another member, Megan Huber, said, "He took a wrong turn at some point to the destination he was trying to reach. He did end up in pretty treacherous area, which happens more than you would think."
One of the organization's newest members is Moke's brother, Donald. "We want to take it to another level where we don't have to worry about people going missing, getting hurt, being unsafe," he said.
It was a rough year emotionally for family and friends, but today's celebration of Daylenn's life is a first step in moving forward. "We're only getting stronger, so I think it's going to be a good year," said Donald.
Family members say they plan to come back each year from the Big Island to remember Daylenn, otherwise known as Moke.
An article on June 25, 2019 stated, "The fate of the Haiku Stairs, a 3,922-step trail to the 2,800-foot summit, has been long debated. The stairs have been closed for decades and are illegal to access, but every year thousands of hikers still brave the metal staircase."
Removing the stairs entirely would cost about $900,000. Right now, the board spends about $250,000 a year to pay for 24-hour security. This is to keep hikers from accessing the trail.
April 8, 2020, or 5 years out, a NamUs case was created.
And still 5.5 years out, there has been no recovery of Moke.
So now let's recap. Moke was last seen on Friday, February 27, 2015. At the time of his disappearance, he was visiting Oahu for a field trip. He was staying with his grandmother over the weekend and decided to go for a solo hike at Mauna Lua Valley Park.
Moke took pictures of himself on the Haiku Stairs. Again, they're also known as the Stairway to Heaven. He sent the photos to his loved ones at approximately 11 a.m. He also took a picture of a man who appears to be hiding in the terrain. He has never been found or heard from again.
Moke was last seen boarding a bus that morning. Who saw him? Did someone follow him that was on the bus or when he exited?
At first, it was thought that he had simply slipped and fallen over one of the many harrowing cliffs of the area. However, the picture that Moke took of a crouching man partially hidden by foliage is certainly unsettling.
Who was this man? Why hasn't he come forward? Does he simply not want to admit to climbing the stairs, or was he that homeless man that was reported?
Since this was one of the last photos Moke took, was this an image of a man who was following Moke and foul play ensued?
While others believe Moke simply got lost and perished in the area, he still remains missing to this day, and the man in the photo has not been formally identified.
What about the military nurses hearing the cry for help on Monday, 4 days out? Was he alive then and hurt? Had he fallen to a perilous place unseen by rescuers? Or was it the man that had been crouching in the foliage or someone else?
The Easy Riders of Helicopter Maritime Strike Squadron 37 use infrared and other tracking technology. Is it possible Moke was not in the mountains, or did they miss him because he was out of range?
Since he mentioned on Facebook he was taking the hike up the stairway, is it likely someone could have been waiting for him? Although his Facebook page posts appear to be a day off, so this may not be as likely to have occurred.
Not that we are encouraging hiking in that area, but if you do take on this challenging hike, the only identifying item to look for would be his red backpack, although extremely faded and deteriorated by this time. His clothing, a white long-sleeve t-shirt and black shorts, will not be as noticeable.
Should the stairs be removed, or would hikers pursue the mountain anyway?
Moke's personal Facebook page is Daylenn Pua, P-U-A.
There was a GoFundMe created March 3rd, 2015.
That GoFundMe raised $15,123 and hopefully covered a majority of the costs for the private helicopters and drones that were used in the search. This fund has been disabled.
Anyone with information on Moke's whereabouts is asked to call Honolulu Police Department. Their phone number is 808-529-3111 or Crime Stoppers at 808-955-8300.
This private family has endured a lot of pain during the intense search for this intelligent, well-spoken young man, and the loss of not knowing continues to this day over 5.5 years later. We truly hope they may find the answers and peace that they seek. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here on Mysteriously Missing.
Thanks, everyone.